Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday. Oh, I'm very glad that I was able to make it relatively on time. Well, okay, so in front of the scenes, I'm showing up on time. Behind the scenes, I'm just crazy and concerned with time. Yay, anxiety. Okay, so we literally, well, me being myself, I just finished 809. So I just got a color 0 at the start of the stream, which is super nice. Well, we're going to be working on 318, which is a gray color. Gray purple. Gray purple. There's a lot of gray blues, gray purples, blue gray. Blue gray, there is a difference. But the doggos got a clean bill of health. Cesar was told he could stand to lose a couple pounds, but we're not too concerned with that. They were good all the way around. They're up to date on all their shots. Overall, they are good dogs. Okay. My weekend was fantastic. I'm still trying to get the camera to where I'm working, so that's gonna be a hot second here. Okay, there. The market I went to was phenomenal. I made a lot more sales than I thought I did. And I was very pleased with the outcome of the market. If this particular person has any more, I am definitely going to sign up. I have my night market. I have a night market on June 15th. I can only make one this year, so that's the one it's gonna be. And I'm gonna try to have all my same stuff, but I'm also going to try to shift it to more, like, I know it's gonna be more adults, and apparently they're having a beer garden, and drunk people like to spend money, and I have sparkly stuff, so I need to work on setting up my sparkly stuff so I get a lot of sparkle out of them. I went through after the show. I'm still in after show mode. I started organizing all my stuff, and because a lot of what takes up space, honestly, is not my actual product. My actual products take up like a tote and like 3 like takeout containers. Most of what I carry around is the displays. Woo woo! Hello! We all know I'll talk to myself. Whether or not anyone's here, I talk to myself, so it's all good. But I appreciate you being here. Last week we finished Hogwarts, so we're focusing only on Buffalo Woman on stream. So I'm hoping to hit 93% today. But that may or may not happen. There's a 50-50 chance. YouTube is where like I keep the live backgrounds, or the live archive. Live archive, I like it. Today is also Husband Creature and I's technical 1-year anniversary. Shh, don't tell anybody. So our anniversary will never be on a Sunday. Just like my birthday will never be on a Thursday, our anniversary will never be on a Sunday. can hear him downstairs. I can hear me downstairs. Uh, but yeah, so this I it was like 9:59 when I got the color zero, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what color do I want to do next? So this one was kind of just pulled out of the hat because I was I want to I'm trying to fill in like all these huge white gaps that I got going on. Oh, and of course my cameras like to move. My camera likes to move, and the house likes to eat shoes. Okay, there we go. Ugh. So, husband creature lost a shoe, and he says the house did it. So, that's where we're at. The house eats shoes. Ten streams straight, Jules. Woo! Yeah, that was a pretty epic streak. But know that let's see. So this week I'll be here tomorrow and Thursday. Um, this is my off Wednesday, and also if need be, or a nighttime one with Das, maybe just me, but Friday, Friday is our this Friday is our Das duo stream. I keep getting distracted. So yeah, this weekend I was very much not on my computer at all. Uh, Dog farts. I really hope these ones aren't stinky. Like I'm in here. My room's relatively quiet. I don't have a whole lot of background noise. I have music going, and I have dog going, and I just hear like the little like fart sound, and I'm looking around, and it's the dog. But yeah, I did from pretty much 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday with crafting and whatnot. Sunday, I was a hurting unit and I potatoed. I'm kind of proud of myself. I didn't even change out of my pajamas. I was like, nah. And today the dogs had their vet appointment, so been staying busy. La 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 la. Okay, so we are doing a straight line and two dots. I picked 318 because it's a big color, but it also is a very clump color. So there's a clump, and they're really really big. So I can stay in one spot for a long time. So, what did you guys do this weekend? Because I definitely was disconnected this weekend. I spent some time playing Terraria with Husband Creature because it's fun. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm hoping. I'm hoping my allergy med kicks in here soon. Forgot to take it before the dog's vet appointment, so I'm dealing with sinus pressure. Whew. Today's goal, much like any other, is about 200 stitches to get done. More would obviously be amazing, but I'll be happy with 200. I need my coffees. Oh my goodness. So, at the craft fair, there were all kinds of people. It was more marketed like a flea market, not less like a craft fair. So, um, I I was sharing my tent, and I got home, and I noticed my bag smelled funny. And yesterday I was like, oh, it's got to be coming. And apparently, I think a small dog peed on on the on my bag and on one of my tent weights. So that's always fun. Okay, two less. We saw, well, I saw a three-legged German Shepherd that was the same size as Cesar. La la la. Doobie doo. this color started out with like 750 stitches, so hoping to take some wind out of its sails today. I love hitting the zeros because now they're permanent. They're permanent zeros. Oh my goodness. Looking for my scissors. Oh my goodness. Keep keep pulling on the end too hard and it yoinks one of the separated ends out of my hand. Because I do a loop start to cut down on the number of danglies in the back. Get all the yayas out. Was it good ice cream? That's something I got to do this soon. Here is we gotta hit up Gifford's and get some ice cream. Nice ice cream sundae. Oh my goodness. uh, yes, gluten-free cones are certainly interesting. They're very brittle, and I tend to always get a bowl anyway because they're really crumbly. Um, as good as they are, like there's that danger. Stra- cone stranger danger. No. Um, So I was outside before we were getting the dogs ready to go, and I had the hatchback of the car open. and the chickadees were singing their songs. And then I thought of Pocket because all I heard was cheeseburger. So that's how I knew the chickadees were around. We got rain this weekend too, and that ruined all of my plans for finishing up yard cleanage. There was just enough rain to be annoying. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm almost done this little area. Then I get to move to another clumpy area. One, two, and then one, two, three, four, and five. Oh, dog up the street barking. So, what's everybody's favorite ice cream? Like, ice cream flavor, ice cream brand. So, for local, I like Giffords. Um, but I am a huge fan of Talenti the gelato, which I know technically is not ice cream, but it's still good stuff. One out and then two down. I'm getting all the free agents out here. Five. This one's so two, three, five. The wrong, the wrong one. There we go. There. I know there's a place down in Bucksport that people are like, oh, hey, the dairy hut. It's soft serve ice cream. Also, that's a question. Are they called sprinkles or jimmies? This is always a classic debate. And do you prefer soft serve or hard serve? I ask the hard hitting questions here on Across Stitch Stream. Sprinkles or jimmies? Scooby-Doo. Ooh, 92.94. We might actually hit 93% today. That would be phenomenal. I'm sure you guys understand, but I would absolutely love to actually hit my goal of 95%. So, I only have I have 11 days to do it. So, I don't have any hot takes today, which I generally do by now. I don't. Okay. I wish I had more string. I would be able to have a little tail that goes down this way, and I unfortunately have to have to change out to a new piece of string, and it's frustrating. It's frustrate string. I don't know. That was a swing and a miss. Had to make sure I was still connected. I'm like, maybe I really have been talking to myself. That's okay. I'm analyzing where I'm going next because I think I might. Yeah, I'm gonna. With this piece of string, I'm going to fill in like lots of the little clumps at the top. Like up here, there are. Well, of course, we can't see them because that would make too much sense. But there are lots of little areas up in here that I'm gonna try to fill in. Oh, put this color in where it goes, I should say. They're just little. Yes, potty overrides, yeah. I do not, I don't understand the context slash importance of Victoria Day. Could you explain? I've always seen it on the calendar. I just never, I haven't known what it is. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to clear my throat in the microphone. It's just it's one of those days. What is that? One, two, three. Yes, and that's the thing for me is hard serve takes a little bit longer. Mhm. I'm not a huge fan of cherry, but I do like cherry and chocolate. Oh my goodness. Go over to this weird area where I messed up. It's always fun when I'm doing the smaller bits and pieces because sometimes I just overrode them as a hey, we don't need this color here in a miscount, or they get a huge upgrade because because I miscounted. So it's hit or miss. Is are we gonna have too much or not enough? Two, three, five, one over. I, when I was growing up, we used to go to Dairy Queen all the time, and uh, my dad would have us get the hand dipped stuff, um, with the crust that you have to like chip off, and more often than not, it's kind of where I learned always get a bowl because I lost many an ice cream cone. Break them. uh, And where I did miscount, I am trying to, like, adjust. For example, like, I know how I say don't worry about your mistakes, and I stand by that. For example, this pink one right here, I don't know how well people can see it, but there's a pink one and there's a gray one that I just did. They honestly should be swap spots, but they're not, so only myself and the designer will ultimately know in the end, and neither of us will have the time to go through line by line of this entire piece to figure out where all the mistakes are. Back in my day, we had chocolate and vanilla soft serve. We had chocolate and strawberry vanilla dip options. All these newfangled soft serve flavors. Sorry, my brain just decided to wander off and into another idea because of the night market. After it gets dark, because it's from 4 in the evening to 10 in the evening, which I'm super excited about. Because I have a lot of cool lights that I'll finally get to be able to play with. Um, and I'm I'm trying to figure out if my power source would be strong enough to handle a couple hours of a black light. I have an LED black light, and I have a power source. So I'm really considering it because the inside of my tent, the outside of my tent is black. The inside of my tent is reflective. I could make a scene. Yeah, I was the same way. And you know, having things on a cone, now that I even think about it as an adult, gives me anxiety because ice cream inevitably melts. And I'm not a fast eater. And when I do eat fast, it's probably because it's soft and mushy. Or I pay for it later. Those are the two options. If I eat fast, it's soft and easy for me to swallow, or I'm gonna pay for it because even though it's all going down my throat, it's bottlenecking in my esophagus and it's getting cramped in there. But yeah, eating ice cream off a cone is like it's like perfection. If any of you have played the game of perfection, you all know. You all know where your anxiety started. I was really good at that game. And now and now knowing about myself what I know why. I know why I was good at that game. Because when that timer went off, like, oh my goodness, it wasn't even the mess that bothered me. It was the impact of the it shooting up. I'm wondering if I probably still have it somewhere, because we all have to keep our beasts close by. Some people shove their issues in a closet. I set mine out in my house and they wander off. Oh. I'm working in this area here, so I'm trying to, and I know this area is a miscount, so I'm trying to balance it out as it were. Okay, so that's 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. Actually, wow. Okay. Some places it lines up. Okay. So we now have anchor stitch for a weird spot. I'm still like sitting up here with Hogwarts behind me. I am just so pleased. I am going to on its sides. I'm going to put Velcro, and I'm going to have it Velcroed to a surface and slide it onto the shelf that I will buy for it. So not only will it be on a secure shelf, it will be secured to a sturdy base because I spent too much time on that. We are not messing it up, folks. We are not messing it up. Okay. So we're gonna do 2, 3, gap of 4. There we go. So 4 there, and that's the end, and it goes. It's a clump of 4. So there's starts there. I'm working on it. This is a larger section, so I'm trying to get out to where it starts. And then skip to 1 and 2, and then we got our 4. Oh, guys, I gotta share with you the I classify it as a major meltdown. Other people might not, but for me it was a big deal, and the fact that I managed to only let little bits leak, and husband creature can scoff at this as he wants because he was the main target of what little leaked out. So Saturday, setting up the tent. I don't know what happened. I think I left my car an accessory, and I got out and I wandered off. Car died. The car died. The battery, the 12-volt battery died. It happens. Luckily, we were outside and there were a lot of people with cars, and we got someone to help charge the 12-volt of the Prius, which, mind you, is brand new. I replaced it in, I want to say, January or February because it died after work, and I was so pissed. And we got it, and it started out and it wasn't charging, and I was legitimately having panic attacks. I still owe just under 15 grand on this car, and I can't have it going and dying. I can't. So I'm trying to set up for a craft fair, which is outside, and I'm parked in someone's crafting spot. So like I'm starting to get overloaded, and I'm trying to set up, and I'm trying to just let the car charge, and I didn't go nonverbal. That's that is always a plus in my book. Um, but I was very very stressed, and it had the potential, if I didn't rein it in, it could have really ruined my mood for the day, because for me it was a big deal. I'm glad we did not have to have it towed, and I think that was part of the process of letting it go. But I was not in good shape. um, and it was my bad. I left my car in accessory, and you'd think a Prius would be able to handle itself in accessory mode a little bit better, but no, it has maybe 5 minutes in accessory. I've done it prior to Saturday. I'd done it one other time, and I just hadn't realized that it didn't have a lot of juice for accessory mode. And yeah, oh, it was bad. Inside it was bad. Outside I would like to think in my own squirrely little brain that I was okay, but I know I was inappropriate and moody. I saw lots of people that I hadn't seen in a while. I saw old coworkers, which were phenomenal. I enjoyed most of the coworkers I worked with when I was a training coordinator. Um, and the people I didn't enjoy, I didn't acknowledge. Easy as that. But I had it was a good experience. There was a lot of people. I didn't really get to wander around too much because I didn't want to, and I did make a profit, which really made me feel good. I've been having minor doubts. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what people are willing to spend on themselves. Like, people are willing to buy food and like soaps and lotions and stuff like that because it is it is something that everybody can use and everybody can enjoy within a household. It is a useful product, and you run out of it and you have to get more. I sell wall art and shiny fun things, which is a much harder market to get into. And I sold I sold my little knit kittens. I brought 8, and I have 2 left. Three if you count the naked one that I didn't put out. I call it the naked one because it's peach, and it looks like one of those the Sphinx cats. I think next time it will go out, but I'm going to make a few more of the kittens. I like them. But I need to, for the night market, I need to work on my signage a bit more and not so much more product because I have enough of that. I do want to test out a few things that are fast to work up and see if they go. If they go, I might be encouraged to make more, kind of like the kittens. The kittens, I started out with about 15 kittens. And it given I don't go to a fair every month, so it took a little bit of time. But again, I don't sell things that go bad, so it's not, it opens up like seasonal markets. Like, I've taken out my snowflakes for the summer markets, and I'm tossing in red, white, and blue stars for this night market. And I think I'm gonna work up a couple of the pride, a couple of the pride helixes, because it will be in June, and I'm gonna work out my June one too. Okay, I have a dog. I'm not even sure. Oh, it is the pig. Yes, we were awful waffles to her today by making her go to the vet and get her shots. I think we were more awful to Kira because Kira was crying as we were leaving because it was only the shepherds. We didn't need to bring Kira because she has panic attacks everywhere. Um, she doesn't only panic at the disco. but I need to call and make an appointment for her. What? Lined up at that, so one more, and then we go. I wish I could convince my camera to not be. Pig, I'm not going out right now. But it is a nice day, so after stream, I'm gonna go out and see if Pixie wants to actually bring me a ball and not a stick that I can toss for her. And I'm also going to, because it didn't pour, and it wasn't awful. So I'm gonna try to put direct plant some flowers that I have. My morning glories and my moonflowers. My moonflowers have not broken the surface yet, but I can see some of them starting to lift up. But my morning glories, oh, bouncy castle. Everybody needs a bouncy castle. I think adults need to have bouncy castles more than kids. But I'm gonna direct sow some flowers because I worked really hard to get the beds ready. And Friday during the day, I'm hoping to get the sunflowers and the morning glories and whatnot all planted into the ground. Even and then 3 over. But yeah, last night was my first time. I made a very cute Kalia lily, otherwise known as a peace lily, and I was pleased. I didn't use the right colors, but at the same time, it worked. I was overall very pleased because it was a 1.65 millimeter hook, and yes, I absolutely used a magnifying glass. But it didn't take me nearly as long as I thought. I'm not saying that it didn't take me a couple of hours. But I thought it ended up being less complicated than I thought it would be. I do need to get some flower stems though, instead of the wire that I used. But I do have enough green yarn slash... No! No! Well, let's be fair. In this day and age, I'm just I could be rated for child weight. I don't know. It's a conversation. Like, if I have tomato cages, that if we want to get some tomatoes, we can grab those. I think that would be about all I would want is maybe some green beans, but at the same time, eh. I enjoyed having my vegetable garden, but this year I'm gonna experiment with some flowers to see if I like them. I bought a huge ass flower pack like at COVID, and um, I didn't ever plant them. So this year I got the morning glories out and planted, and they are coming up. They are coming up something fierce. So they definitely need to get in the ground this week. Um, but I I just for vegetables I have so much I have so much wandering around my house, which you wouldn't expect in a downtown urban setting, but I do. So okay, we got all that done. I'm gonna hit the check mark and see where we're at. Ooh, 97.97. Oh, 93%. 93% is in range. Every year I used to grow marigolds. That was one of my most favorite things. And I used to save the seeds from the marigolds that I had planted the year before. So I had like a lineage of marigolds. And I haven't done that in a while, but I remember that growing up, as I had just this little window box that I would plant marigolds in. Okay, what do I want to do? I'm actually kind of having fun doing these little groups. That is 2, 4, 6, 7 up from there. I will 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's that, and then over 2. Angry squirrels, I can hear them. I do eventually want to have some fruit trees, but just not right now. We have other things we need to focus on, and that's another reason I'm not going to spend a lot on new plants, I should say, because I have a lot of other things that I need to focus on before working on things out. If I buy them now, I'll eventually have to move because of the work that I need to get done. Ugh. I'm just thinking about some of the work that is absolutely no questions asked getting done this year, and it's exhausting thinking about it. Uh, but it will ultimately be a very good thing that we're doing. It will add to the amazingness that is the creature palace sanctuary. Four. Let's see if I can add 4 down from there. So 2, 3, 4. Got a 4 there. And then Well, that's cool. Yeah, I don't have any I don't have any fruit trees. Um, I definitely know that there are no fruit trees. And when I eventually get fruit trees, I'm going to maintain a short stature on them. I'll let them grow, kind of like with my barberry. My barberry is allowed to grow up, not out, but with my fruit trees, they will be able to grow out, not up. Just because I want to be able to maintain them. That squirrel is really angry. And the cardinal's around. Wonder what feeder he's at. It's funny because sometimes the cardinal and the squirrel will bounce off one another, so you hear the beep of the cardinal and that meh of the squirrel. And it's not the cat. It's not the catbird, because the catbird has a different call. But this is the angry squirrel. Well, hello and thank you. Oh, and then sound alerts has to be welcome too, because of course I haven't really played with Pando. Hello, hello. Welcome to our our randomness. I was talking about cardinals and squirrels. Well, I am hoping, Jules, that you have opportunity to have some this year, I guess. Um, yeah, I want to try different kinds of apples, like because obviously we can get Macintosh. We can get Macintosh like nobody's business. And Max, I have been working on this particular project for 5 years. We are in the home stretch. We are soon to hit 93%, and I I I just say one stitch at a time. I do have other projects most of the time going on. That it's not always just this one, because even though she has 89 colors, all of them are blues, grays, purples, all of them, or some mixture of the two. So I have definitely taken my time in the 5 years that I've been working on this. Yes, yes, I have, and not crochet. Voice to text, voice to text. It's okay. I understand. I just had to pick on you because you know. But yeah, this one has been 5 years in the making. I started it September 6th, 2019. Uh, this is the biggest project I've ever done ever in the 20 25 years I've been cross stitching. This is absolutely the biggest project I've ever tackled. And funny enough, the next two coming out are bigger than this one. I have problems.
I don't have an immediate picture of this project. It is called White Buffalo Woman. It is done by Barbara Brown. If you do a Google search, it's one of the first few that come up. Oh my goodness, that's some sensory overload you got going on in your house, Jules. I used to have a pop up picture, but I've been I've been working on her for I've done so many changes that I I'll overlay out overlay changes. Oh my goodness, my brain. Well, my mouth, I should say. Okay, let's see. Where are we working? I gotta figure out where I'm working before I can appropriately move the camera. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so we're moving over here. Two in. One, three. Okay, I think that's the only one there. Good anchor stitch. One out, two down. So one out and two down. We're filling in little bricks. We don't paint happy trees here. We therapeutically stab. Hello, dragon. I'll see if I'm at 93% yet. I am so ridiculously close. 98. Oh my goodness. This oh goodness, I would love for this to be my living, but this is just a hobby. Uh I'm aiming for at least designing the material that you stitch on. But no, for now it's a hobby making art. Yes, yes, it is. It's with cross stitch like the littler ones. I've actually I've sold I've sold some small and medium sized ones, but one like this, one like this would be able to pay a lot of bills for a long time, at least in my world, for what I would ask for it.
a lot of little bills are one really big bill. Three over and one. Three over on this side. Ooh, I counted right. Yay! So, the little victories. So, there's a little dot right here. I don't know how well it's seen on screen. The little random rogue dots, I always worry if I got them in the right place. And the only way I can find that out is when I connect the color to it and it touches in the right spot. So, yay! Well, people seem to think that this can be done by machine. There are a few things that cannot be done by machine. You can make it look like it, but it's not the same. You can do long stitch embroidery on a machine because I have an embroidery sewing machine. I prefer long stitch embroidery by hand because you can get the color blends that you want and it's not a pain in the butt. But you cannot machine replicate crochet or counted cross stitch. Yes, the machines cannot make it with love. Or the passion or the insight. Yeah, machines are limited in what they can do. Okay. I can do almost any string craft. Whether how good at it I am is a whole nother conversation. I am technically a master of embroidery. I've sunk the 10,000 hours in. Some of my stitches I'm more confident in, but repetition and the rust jangles off with repetition. That's why, like, when I do start a project, I always do a throwaway one to get the rust off. And sometimes the throwaway ones come out really cute, and I give them away as presents. There's that ugly cute that I'm really good at. And I tell people, I'm like, hey, this is a practice one. It's not perfect, but none of my work is. I love the dyeing process. Like, I need more workspace, and in the summer it's easier because I can haul things outside. But in the winter, it's a rougher go of things. I have some big projects that I want to work on this summer. I have curtains that I want to do. And I've been studying and learning how to get different patterns. So I'm super excited to experiment with those this summer. It's just getting to that point. Oh, and I'm so glad that I was able to just take that white background out, because we didn't need that. That was unnecessary. My if you want to look at some of my stuff, I'm not by any way, shape, or form like being like, hey, buy my stuff. But if you're interested in looking at more of what I do beyond this stream, rockcreaturecreations.com is my store. I have stuff for both people who create, and I have stuff for people wanting to just, hey, it's already made. I want it. Send it to me. So I have both ends. I understand that some people like to make stuff themselves, and I also know that some people just don't have the patience for it. I don't believe people don't have the talent for it, but patience plays into a lot of the work that I do. And I actually have patience for this stuff. Don't have patience for many other things, but I have patience for this. Here we go. Oh, so I'm gonna do 3, skip 1 until the end. Is it even? Even up 3? Yep. I am. I am more than pleased with the gifts that I've been able to send out this year, and last year. But I definitely am focusing in on getting Buffalo Woman done for the fair season because it is going to be. I definitely need the. I need it. I miss the competition, and being a rock star to little old ladies. Not gonna lie, I miss being the rock star. I actually need to. I need to get to my website again to update a few things. Mostly with the pre-order inventory, um, because I sold a lot of people wanted jangly, sparkly things. I sold some art, like I sold. Chickens were very popular. I need to make some chicken art. Sounds so weird, but I do. I need to make chicken art. And a flamingo. I had a request for a flamingo, so I'm gonna. I have one. I have one flamingo stencil, and I'm gonna make it up and see if anyone at the night market wants it. That'd be great. I'm hoping people drink enough that they think my stuff is cool and they want to throw me money. uh, sure, I'll take your money, but I set up. I enjoy the setup. I've hooked just rope with S hooks that I can put on for the art, and it really was a good display. Like it was windy, and all of my stuff is very very lightweight, so having it on the S hooks, it swayed in the wind, but it didn't go anywhere. Hmm. Are we? I'm confused. Cause Buffalo Woman is a human. Let me see if I can pop her up here. Oh, goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna transition over to the main screen, and my volume goes away, so you'll still hear music, um, but you won't see or hear me. So that's Buffalo Woman. I'm on her last corner. The buffalo, and so this will forever be my pride and joy. Um, the buffalo and her coat are roughly 13,000 stitches of mylar thread. It's called filament in cross stitch, but it is mylar. It is mylar thread. It is like tinsel. It is it will test the patience of anyone. In the cross stitching world, it is known as the devil's butt floss. Um, Sorry, I'm selecting. I'm selecting. 92.99%. We're gonna hit. We're gonna hit 93. Mm, ready. Oh, it adds, and the hard thing is I can't get it to show off very well in in pictures. So you just got to see it in person. Like even on video, it's hard to catch. So that's not too bad of a stretch. And there's still lots of white space. Okay, I'm catching. I did a stretch that I don't generally do. I went from this block here, I went all the way over here without cutting. It'd be about the same amount of floss if I were to cut it and rethread, so I wasn't worried about that. It's just sometimes when you have a long stretch, you can pucker your fabric. But I left enough slack, and Buffalo Woman doesn't move around a lot, so there's little chance that she'll get caught. Six out and three, four, five, six, and right here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm doing. I'm ending this piece of string on a singular line here that just kind of stretches. Three and no, seven. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and down. Three, five, down. Three, five, down. And then I'm going to end this piece of string and then go to a different clump of this color. as we do the slow shift. We are slowly feather falling our way down to another large section. So, oh, I'm so close to 93%. Oh. Ooh, okay, there we go. Let's see. Where would I like to start? I'm working on, so there's, in this clump here, it went down like this, and then it goes down again like this. And then there's more towards the bottom. This color actually takes up a lot of space. It's just a matter of getting there. So, 2, 3, 4 down. 2, 3, 4, and then right there. Okay, we have started. We have started our descent. Oh. It is. It's hard. It's hard to work with. It's the effect is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love how it turned out, but just on some of the pages, just working on the buffalo, where the entire page was filament. It was just rows and rows and rows of filament. It took me way longer than currently, like what I'm doing now. Like the cotton color, a lot of filament gives me a lot of appreciation for the cotton color. A lot of confetti gives me a lot of appreciation for the block color. So I try to rotate through so that I don't. I will always complain. Working on confetti, I will want block color. If I'm working on block color, I'll want confetti. There's no changing that. I've accepted that about myself. But it makes me appreciate what I'm not working on when I'm working on it. Oh, oh yeah, oh yeah. I that's that. Honestly, I think that's where a lot of my fuck it, we'll work around it came in. 3 down from the center. 1, 3 down from the center, right there. So, okay, so I got 2 other ones that I gotta work on, and I'm not sure how to get to them. Okay, so from there, from this one, it's 4 over 2. There's a 4 right there. I have had to frog filament before. It is not fun. Not fun at all. 0 stars. -5 stars. Do not recommend ever. One of the few places where I will seam rip. And I don't seam rip lightly because Ada cloth is very, very fragile in that fashion. Like you even just catch one of the little threads involved and you've unwoven just so much. So I don't generally use a seam ripper, but I have before when taking filament out. Because cross stitch just doesn't unravel like knitting or crochet. You have to individually. It's not even as smooth as with sewing, where you can just run a sharp thing down the seam. If you pull, just have the string. It is every single little stitch you have to pull out individually, and if you don't take the time to do that, you can cut your fabric, and you can have a giant hole in your project, as opposed to just frogging. You have to start it over again. I believe it. And of course, as I talk, oh no, okay, I was going in the right direction. Okay, I thought I went up when I should have gone down, but eh. Mhm. Uh, there is a reason why Divine Instinct and Call Dance do not have any filament. Like I there was a very intentional move done there. Though enlightenment that the enlightenment that was gifted to me, um, I'm gonna need to buy a cone of 310. That is how much black that project has. It's absolutely gorgeous, but there is I think let me let me highlight the stitch that I just did. Hopefully I'll hit 93%. I just hit 93%. Woo. Yes, the owl. Yes, it is. Its formal name is, well, it says limited edition on its title, but knowledge is power is its proper name. Which, oh, it's gorgeous. But I have the floss usage chart. Let me pull the floss let me pull the floss chart up. Maybe I have the usage chart. Oh, I guess I don't. Oh well. But yeah, it has. I'll tell you how many stitches of 310. Because Pattern Keeper is amazing. Um, so the entire chart has 302,500, and of that, 91,035 of it are black. Yeah, so that's that is that one. Okay, so I'll finish up these two stitches and I'll mark it off 93%. We have a little over 4,000 stitches to 95. Is it? Oh no. So I still got plenty of time. We're gonna go over. We're gonna go over 93%. Oh, well, it's a well. With I honestly thought there would be a lot more black in this, and this chart has taught me a lot about blending. Um, and how sometimes you don't think that that color should go there, and then it works perfectly because, for example, alone her face color looks more yellow, but because of the blues and purples around it, it takes some of the yellow out of the blue, or the blue takes some of the yellow out of the yellow and makes it look a little darker, and it adds and it blends very nicely. So it's a lot of trust the process kind of deal. And when I'm designing patterns, I do the same thing. Is I'm like, this color doesn't really feel like it fits. And then I work with it, and I'm like, okay, I understand why it was suggested that this color go here, kind of deal. Okay, there's that. Now I gotta work on the giant bit that. Okay, is there any stragglers? This is. Oh no, this isn't short. Because we're working our way down here. Two out, and down. Panda, we have been talking plenty. I don't think we need to have the how is everybody. Well, I've been talking. I have been talking. So the little block that I'm working on, we might get it all done. Might not. Oh well. I'm gonna. But with the new in a English is hard today. With the new input of color, I am going to work on some alone colors less than 100 stitches, and skip one. And add some more of the, because a lot of the bright like bursts of colors are in this last corner are less than 100 stitches, and I have some that are like 5 stitches that I just couldn't reach because I couldn't reach the center, and I think I've filled in enough that I can safely count to where they go. I am the kind of person where if it is over 15 or 20, I start really getting cautious about counting that far because I have messed up so poorly already that, or so badly, I've messed up enough that I don't really want to, I don't want to fix too many more problems. I don't want to do it. I can, but I don't want to. So that is not where. Okay. One more and even to the end. Yeah, divine instinct has a lot of block color. So, folks, and I'm always weird. Like, I hate starting when no one can tell what it is, because I remember when I started Buffalo Woman, she quite literally started out as a block of 939, which is a very dark blue color, and I would show it off to people, and they'd be like, oh, and the it'd be oh, and you know that tone of the oh, like oh honey, because the it didn't look like anything, and I can't say that I blame them. They're like, oh, you did 300 squares in this color, oh, and as she's grown and gotten more percentile in on her, people are like, oh my goodness, wow, and but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to show this off until it's reached a certain point. Um, like my work in progress Wednesdays, I haven't really shown off. Like I'm still working on how going to show off Call Dance. Let me tell you something. Right now he's safe. For the next few months, he'll be safe once he gets started. I'm thinking the smiley face version is gonna happen, with the opener where his smiley face is placed. I think that's how it's gonna be when I start getting to that region in the cross stitch. I am, I am. Oh, there's so much dark humor involved in Call Dance. I'm gonna offend so many people. the fun, the fun page, yes, and it's one page. It is one page, and one page, top to bottom, is all it is. But that 6 inch page, 6 inches tall, and like it's 2 squares wide, so 2 inches wide. Yeah, for that one area of that page. Oh, the fun square. I think what's even more fun is the few people I've actually shown it to quite a few people, but they're like, that can't be a cross stitch. I'm like, it is, and it's gonna come out looking just like that because Buffalo Woman was my testing ground for how pretty and how accurate Heaven and Earth designs were from the picture to the actual design, and I am I am in love. I have enough Heaven and Earth design patterns. I could be immortal and I still probably would not get them all done. Even if I stopped buying them today, I could be immortal. And still, they would... centuries. Okay. I also have a lot of kits. Like, I'm gonna... I'm gonna... I think once I get... Once I get rolling on the two big ones, I'm gonna have like a kit day. Like where once a month I'll just work on the kit that I'm working on or something like that. Because I have a lot of beautiful kits. I have some gorgeous kits that I would like to get done. But my competitive nature and White Buffalo Woman um, are winning this one. It's taken a while because White Buffalo Woman is for me, and I don't often devote I don't devote enough time to my craft to give me stuff. I love doing this for other people, and that's why I know that Call Dance and Divine Instinct will probably work a lot faster than the 5 years it took me to do Buffalo Woman because I stopped and I did a lot of gifts for other people. Um, but I always kept coming back to Buffalo Woman. But I at the same time it was easy for me to set her aside and go, I will get to her eventually because it was for me. But now with Call Dance and Divine, they are not for me. They are for people that I love and adore. So I will be more apt to work on them. But yeah, yeah, with call dance, it's not just the fun square; it is the fun page. Really? Okay, let's see. Down here. So we're three, gap of three. Okay, so gap of three. So we're down, and then one, two. This will be a good anchor point, so I can get the. So. So it's on this line, or is there a gap? Oh, there's a gap there. So on this line, and then one, two, gap of three out. One, two, three. Oh, nope. That was wrong. But luckily, I can fix it fast enough. Okay. I'll go till five of, and then I'll toss out some awesome fun numbers. Pixie knows it's almost time, even though she's been OUT a lot today. One more. Yay! I even counted those right. Lots of. uh, yeah, the not. I really wish I could just have them auto-filled. Like, I have a track record. I've been on them. I've at this point, I've been on the one that I cannot set to autofill due to its restrictions. I think I'm going on two. No, maybe not 2 years. Um, maybe 2 years. 2.5. Yeah, somewhere in that ballpark. Ugh, cleaning out the med cabinet. Don't remind me. That is actually something I need to do, and I don't wanna. Because our med cabinet are drawers, and I need to get up off my butt, and I need to start rearranging stuff that I have wanted to rearrange for a while. It just hasn't been in the stars. I focused in too much. There was more to the line that I was working on, but I just focused in too much. So I'll just work on it as I work out. Mhm. Oh my goodness. Sink traps are always fun. Um, I've only had to rebuild two of the three sinks in the house. Um, that's because the third sink is officially disconnected because I I have to get better parts to properly connect it. Whoever built it just decided that gravity was good enough. It didn't actually seal where it was draining, so it rotted some floor out. And yeah, we don't use that sink because I when I rebuild it, it's gonna be paired up. It's gonna be paired up with my dye basin. I guess is gonna best way to describe it. I have that's why I have the calendar. That is actually in 2 days I get to email my nurse about my meds. It's gonna be a day. It's just gonna be a day. I have accepted that it is going to be a day. One, two. Okay, I'm gonna finish this row up and we'll get some awesome numbers. Five. Motherfucking chainsaw. Okie doke. So I'm going to highlight this and then we're going to do the stat rundown. Woo! That's always fun. Okay. Okay, so we did 294 stitches, almost 300. I'll probably hit 300 after I've logged off here, but 294 stitches today. We went from 92.88 to 93.03, and let me do some fast math here for everyone. We have, let's see, we're going to do the math to 95. 700 minus 19. We have 4,066 stitches left till 95. Will I make it? I don't know. But I'm gosh darn gonna try. Oh, not what I wanted. So that means I have to do almost 370 stitches every day, and I don't know if I can do that. I'm gonna try. I'm hoping bare minimum 94 and some change, close enough, but I'm aiming. I'm reaching for the stars. And with most things all settled, I think I can do it, but I don't know. But everybody, have a fantastic day. I will be back here at 10 tomorrow with more White Buffalo Woman, and potentially, let's see, I'm looking, we'll probably have the same color. But I will see everybody later. Thank you for the gift of your time. Drink your water, take your meds, and I will see everybody mañana.